Up first today, we got a couple of new rods, some signature series rods that you designed. So let's kind of talk about the rods and kind of design themselves, and maybe kind of pick maybe one of your favorite casted models and maybe one of your favorite spinning models towards the end here, and kind of where you like to use those. So up first, let's talk about your cast, or just the rods themselves, I guess.
Yeah. So the rods, I've been working on the design for these rods for probably a year to a year and a half, and have tweaked them. I think I drove ARK rods crazy because I'd want to take a 1/4 inch off here and add a 1/4 inch here. I've got them to the exact models that I feel like you need for every situation. Got 14 models, and I truly feel like I don't need any other models or series of rods in ARK line. I've tried to make a rod tailored specific for everything. One of my favorite rods in the casting line is actually the 7-1 Heavy, which is meant to be a buzzbait rod. Everybody knows I'm a big time buzzbait fisherman. You see me make a bunch of money on buzzbait, catch a bunch of fish on it. The tricky thing with the buzzbait is you want a stiff enough rod to catch them on braid, get the fish out of wherever you may be throwing it, but light enough to where you need enough, like a parabolic type action almost, to where the fish get the bait, and when you lean into them, you don't straighten that hook out with the braid, which is hard to do. It's hard to make a rod like that. And that's what the 7-1 casting rod I designed to be buzzbait specific. I can skip a buzzbait under a dock with a horny toad on it, but when I load into a fish, the entire rod loads. And it's hard to make a rod specifically like that. And that's I'm most proud of that casting rod model because I think I nailed it on it finally.
Yeah, looking at the rods themselves, I mean, just the reel grips have that real neat camo kind of look to them. I mean, I don't know if that's a specific design in just I guess the reel seat itself, but that grip on the back just aesthetically looks really neat. Looks like a pretty quality reel seat. The cork on the end there, I'm not sure. Is there any specific components that you really want to see in these rods, or is it more kind of for you get the quality rod and the right actions, or what kind of went to design a little bit?
Well, I don't get too technical on the certain types of features. I just know what I like in a rod, and I tell ARK rods, and they work with me to make them feel the way I want. And that's what I did on these. It's got the lure keeper on it is mounted to where the type of lure keeper to where you don't have to remove your hook from your bait, which I know a lot of people have a pain taking their hook out of their bait to put on the lure keeper. Got high quality grips it's actually a new grip that I played with different ones. I don't know exactly what type it is, but I molded it to fit my hand, and it feels the most comfortable in my hand out of any. And the camo grips look awesome with the rod. It's probably actually hard to tell in the studio, and it will be difficult in pictures to tell, but the rod's actually a dark green rod, and when you get out in the sun, that handle really sets off with that rod. It's a cool, unique looking rod that's unlike any other on the market. And I just wanted something that looked different, was eye-catching, and it's economical. It's a rod that anybody can afford to purchase. It's a rod that I've been using them for quite a long time, but have been using the production model some this year, and I don't feel like I need any other model rod.
You can kind of see that green in the studio that you talked about. It's pretty neat looking. That's again, it plays well with that camo too, and I'm a big fan of the camo, so looking forward to that. Is there a particular spinning model that is your go-to rod, or one you're really proud of, or what you're going to use a lot this year?
Yeah, in spinning models, we've got a few different ones, but the 7.3 is actually a weird rod. So it's a 7.3 medium light, and that's a really cool rod. It's not like you're not going to just throw a shaky head down the bank or skip docks with it or anything like that, but I actually designed that rod for kind of some specific things. That's what I really wanted to do in this line, was those things where you couldn't quite find the rods you needed for it. I wanted to design a rod that was perfect for those things. And that rod I made for like casting a drop shot to deep brush piles, ledges, things like that. It's become like a big, staple technique that you have to do. I mean, not anybody's favorite thing to do, but you have to do it. And that rod's kind of a casting drop shot rod for smallmouth up north. Perfect for that. And it's even also perfect for, a small Katek. A lot of people start throwing small swim baits, the Zoom swimmers, just small swim baits on lighter jig heads, and that rod's perfect for that. So I tried to make that rod not your generic rod that you can make work, but specific, that's perfect action for certain things.
Very nice. Nice looking rods. Awesome looking. Again, that camo. A lot of great actions playing with them here. And again, you can pre-order yours right now. They're only $99, so make sure you get yourself a pre-order on there and check them out on Tackle Warehouse.